Hi guys. It's been a little while. I've been sick. I've had a cold. I think it's been a cold, but it's finally passing. It's been about a week since I got it, and today I'm finally feeling closest to normal as it's been. So it's been a doozy. I wanted to update you on my workshop in Los Angeles that I went to last weekend. I did go, and I did finish it, and I did meet Dallas, and that was pretty cool. It was very challenging in more ways than one. It wasn't just the actual workout that was challenging, it was being in that whole situation that was pretty challenging. But I did it, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it. It consisted of, well, it opened up with Dallas, talking about himself and his background, and if anybody's watched his Living Life at 90% talk, it was a lot of that in his story, and then he let us know what the schedule was going to be for the rest. Once he finished talking, he let us know what the schedule was going to be for the rest of the workshop, which was there were going to be 2 separate workouts. One was going to be 20 minutes, and the other one was going to be 45 minutes to an hour. And then there was going to be a talk. And he said something else after that, but when he said there was going to be a 45-minute to an hour-long workout, I kind of started not to listen because I freaked out. On the inside, I freaked out on the inside, because the longest workout that I've had, that consecutive, is 25 minutes. So yeah, I started to prioritize, okay, so why am I here? What are the challenges that I want to meet? And immediately I said, I am going to do this 45 to an hour long workout without stopping. I am not going to be the poor little fat girl that can't do it. I know I can do this. I just need to, pay attention to how I feel and do the best I can. So that was the plan. So the 20-minute workout went by. Started out with a breathing exercise, which was helpful. That's something I need to start concentrating more on, is my breathing while I'm doing the workouts. And then he proceeded to go into the actual workout, like the poses or positions. Pardon me. So that was easy. To be honest, that was very easy. There wasn't a lot of strength positions. There weren't a lot of core strength positions. It was all pretty much flexibility, and I was very happy with myself. No problems there at all. Then came the next workout, and yeah, it was challenging. Most of the positions, because I've only done the 13-week beginner schedule so far, and all those positions for the second workout I was pretty much not familiar with. I was totally coming at new, nice sunlight here. It was all new, which, yay, that was fun. Not really, but what I did was, pardon me, I modified as much as I could, and I'm rolling the window up. There we go, it's a little better. So I modified it as much as I could, and I did make it through the entire 45. I don't know exactly how long it was, but according to his, what he said, it was 45 minutes to an hour long. I didn't stop. I just kept moving and, staying in the positions and breathing. And so, yeah, I did finish it. However, this is not to say it was easy at all. I had to modify a lot of the positions, for one. which was fine. I was expecting to, since I'd never done this workout before. But there was a certain time at which it was getting really challenging for me. And the way this class was set up was, there was Dallas at the front, there's a stage behind him, but he was on the floor most of the time. And then there was staff of his that were going around and walking through us and making sure that we were engaging correctly, and you know, kind of easing people into the position. And then there were people on either side of the group that were doing the poses with us intermittently, so that we could see, you know, what it's supposed to look like. So Dallas's girlfriend Brenda, I believe that's his girlfriend, I don't think it's his wife, I think it's his girlfriend, anyway, she was there, and I wasn't using any props, and they were offering the use of chairs, but these classes, you know, you flow from position to position, so stopping and going, getting a prop, and that just didn't happen for me. So and plus I felt okay. I was managing. So I'm doing this pose and I'm modifying it because it's just ridiculous. And a few of these poses, Dallas was telling us, you know, okay, now do this and do that, you know, just kind of flow into it. And I'm literally shaking I'm laughing. I am laughing at the fact that he's asking me in this body to do that stuff. I didn't say stuff, I said shit. I'm gonna go ahead and go full not safe for work on this video because it was just such, oh my god. So he's asking us to, okay, now put your arm down and now balance on your other foot, now put your leg in the air. And that's when I said, you're fucking kidding me. Seriously? I've never done any of this stuff. Do you see the body I'm working with here? Okay, we'll do the best we can. So I charge ahead. So instead of, you know, staying on a foot and balancing, I go to a knee, and then I just couldn't get my other leg to go up, and I'm embarrassed and pissed and frustrated, all going on, but closing my eyes and breathing and doing the best I can. And then I hear a voice from the side. Pardon me, that was gross. And it ended up being Brenda, and I hear her go, like, hey you, or hey girl, or ma'am, or miss, or something, you know, trying to get my attention. So I open my eyes, and there she is, and she's doing the pose, but she has a chair, and she's using a prop, and I'm not. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe she just wants to say hi, because we're not obviously doing the same thing. So she's doing it with the assistance of a chair, and not that she needs to. And she's like, just lift your leg up. Just do this, you know, like easy, huh? And I'm looking at her going, I can't lift my leg. I'm looking at her going, I can't. I'm doing everything I can, you know, trying to mouth it to her. And I didn't want to be rude, but I'm just like, lady, you don't even know what I'm going through right now as far as just even being in this class, let alone doing what I'm doing. This is I'm getting close to my max. But then I'm also recognizing, because I've been in sports, you know, when I was younger, is that, you know, when you think you've hit the wall, you definitely have energy to go past it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be open to this. She's pushing me, this is good, and this is what I don't have at home on my own, you know, maybe this is what I need. And so I try to lift my leg, and it's not going up, and it is, and then I'm falling back and forward, you know, I'm a mess, nothing is, and then I just start to cry, I start to weep. It's not even crying, it was weeping. It was like any water that was in my body before is now coming out of every pore and my eyes at the same time. I couldn't keep it together. And at the time, it started to upset me more because I'm like, why the fuck are you crying? What is this? This is ridiculous. And, you know, after I've thought about it, and it's just, you know, I was frustrated, and I'm, you know, pissed at myself for getting to this point. Pardon me. So I continue to cry for like 15 minutes, and I don't know, I basically give her the, oh, I try, I can't, you know, miming of the mouth, and I just close my eyes, and I look back up at the ceiling. I'm basically like not making eye contact with anybody, because I'm just trying to maintain, and I'm not even maintaining because I'm crying. But I told myself, not only are you not going to be the fat girl sitting there doing nothing, you're not going to be the fat girl that storms out of the gym crying, or you're not going to be the fat girl sitting there crying. You're going to do this. You are stronger than this. You can get through this. You're here of your own volition. This is not something somebody's forced you to do. You know this is good for you. So... So I continue on, and there's another pose, and another pose, and then Dallas comes around to where Brenda was, and I'm like, oh shit, I am still crying, and I don't want to be that person. So I continue to avert my eyes. Pardon me. Basically just looking at the ceiling, closing my eyes, you know, just really concentrating on his words. Show him if he is even looking at me. You know, I'm not so egocentric to think that he's there to look at me. But, you know, I'm in his, you know, range of vision. So, I just, you know, continue to do my thing. I don't know if he saw me upset. I really don't care if he did or not. I wasn't there to put a show on or to get anybody to feel bad for me. But what I was there was to prove that I could do it. And I did. I totally did. And I even though I kind of lost it emotionally, I think I really gained something from the experience. I definitely know I gained something from the experience. I now know that I'm strong enough to motivate myself to do anything. Pardon me. This is really a horrible cough. So the workout ends. I'm drenched. It was ridiculous. I, you know, just did not feel good about my performance, other than I did finish, so my goal was achieved. I was to the point where usually I'm really worried, you know, like, oh, everybody saw that. Everybody saw how horrible that was. I wasn't even giving a shit at that point. I was like, you know what? Fuck them. I don't care. I did something. And it was very liberating to get to that point, where I really didn't feel embarrassed about, you know, my lack of performance. Because, I mean, honestly, I look at myself and I go, what else would people expect from this? So, I mean, I finished. That was all that mattered. Anyway, not to go down that path. So, it was the end of the workout. Some people started to leave. People were free to stick around for his talk on food. And basically, his talk on food was, it was just a few of us that were left there. I mean, like I said, not a lot of really big people, or not a lot of heavy people were there. It's LA, for Christ's sake. I mean, everybody's pretty much beautiful up there. So Brenda announces that, you know, Dallas will be available for pictures, and if you want, and autographs and stuff like that. And I, you know, I'm not usually a star, you know, searcher or a fanatic. You see people here that are in the industry all the time, but I just don't want to be that person. You know, I'm a fan, but I realize these are people, and they have their life, and they just want to walk down the street like everybody else. And I mean, unless it's somebody really obscure that I know just is kind of like, oh, you know who I am? I even then, I don't stop for it. So anyway, but this was different. I thought, you know what? I need to kind of chronicle this. I need to say thank you for sure. Really, that was what I was feeling. I'm like, I really just want to shake his hand and say thank you, because even though the physical outside has not does not match the inside, he's given me a lot of will, and he's a part of my my journey. So I think he deserves a thank you at the very least. So I line up for the picture, and like everybody does, and luckily I got up, you know, kind of early, so I was one of the first ones. And you know, he started to talk to people, like it looked like he knew people the way he was talking to them. I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be, when I get there, it's gonna be a hand your camera to Brenda, yeah, okay, here's the pose, click, okay, nice to meet you, bye, you know. And I'm like totally prepared for it to be like that, but I just wanted to, you know, be able to get a thank you in. So it's my turn. I get my camera to Brenda, and he stops when I see him, and he's like, wow, pretty eyes. And I'm like, well, no, well, thank you very much. You know, when I'm thinking on the inside, okay, well, this guy obviously knows how to talk to people, to bring them in, to feel like, you know, they're having a personal encounter with him. And it's a nice trick. And I don't know why I was feeling so cynical, but I think that's part of my my confidence, my lack of confidence. So I'm like, oh, thank you very much, that was nice. And I shook his hand, and you know, I said, thank you so much, you know, this was great. And you know, he's like, oh, how did you hear about it? And I said, oh, I got an email, I'm part of the website. He's like, oh, how long have you been doing it? I'm like, well, I finished the beginner schedule, so, you know, 13 weeks plus, and, you know, I'm starting the intermediate program, and this is kind of the bridge to that. He's like, wow, that's really great. He's like, you're gonna stick around for the talk we're doing about food? And I'm thinking to myself, of course he asks that, because I'm fat. Of course I should say yes, because if I don't say yes, that's why I'm fat. So again, the cynicism came in, and I'm like, yeah, I will. So I agreed, because I want him to see that I'm making an effort. I had something to prove to somebody who doesn't really care. But and you know, honestly, I was thinking, you know, there may be something here that I haven't heard from him yet, or that I haven't read yet. And you know, hey, knowledge is power, and let's do this. So anyway, we posed for a picture. Good picture, yay! And it was really nice to meet him. And I felt like I went to this thing having so many questions about like positions and diet, and because I've done a lot of research on going vegan and starch solution and fruitarianism, and I mean, I've just gone down this road ever since I started EDP, because he suggested movies of like Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and that got me on all kinds of different paths, which is great. But now it's like I'm almost, wow, the sun, hello. But now I'm like almost more confused, because yeah, I have questions. So I didn't have a chance to ask him any questions about the actual workout, but, and really any questions. There was just no chance. There were people there that were just really up in his grill, and again, I'm kind of glad I wasn't like that, but at the same time, I still had things I wanted to ask. But I learned something more valuable than, you know, worrying about correct positioning. So he goes into his food talk, and there's about a dozen of us, and his wife Brenda's there, and it's pretty much what he talks about, or what's in the program guide when you buy the DDP program. And it's a lot of no GMOs, and you know, he's a big proponent of buffalo meat, stuff like that. Nothing really new, but you know, I was there to get as much information as possible. And apparently we were running out of time because one of his staffers basically did, you know, we were waiting after he was done, and I wanted to thank him again and maybe get a question in, and one of his staffers was looking at him, and he's like, "That was it." And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I guess you only have so much time at the venue, so I guess that's what that was about. So it didn't end with a bang, appropriately. No, it didn't end with a bang. It ended with a whimper, but I did finish, and I did go, and I learned that I can push myself, and that this is good for me. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was tough. You know, I'm very shy, and I have a little bit of anxiety when I'm in a group of people. So that was a challenge, to go there and do it, and then to power through it, and you know, to kind of rebound after I lost it. It kind of boosted my confidence. I can't say it kind of did. It did boost my confidence. So yeah, that was my workshop in LA with DDP. That's the story. So that was last Saturday. Today is Tuesday. So a whole week has gone by. I got sick on Monday night. By the way, the gym was freezing the whole time, and one of his staffers was like, "We're gonna send out a survey, and I don't want to hear about the whole heat thing," because I guess the gym didn't turn on the heat like they wanted them to. Not that that was in their control, but just saying, it was freezing. For California, it was freezing. So got sick on Monday. I haven't worked out at all, because as you can tell, I even breathe in and it's like and then so yeah, I'm taking it easy. I don't want to get sick again, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of getting back on board with the diet. Yeah, that's where I'm at. 23 minutes already. So, as I've said before, I will promise to do more videos, and you know, now that I have this kind of confidence boost, I may actually video me doing a workout. Not that that will help you, but if you're curious as to what DDP yoga is, and you want to see somebody that's not a fitness model do it, I don't know why you'd want to see that, but I want to see that. I want to see that somebody in with my shape can get into those shapes. It's helpful for me to know that, you know, not all the skinny people are out there doing it. I will most likely try that, and it will be horrifying, but I think it may help. So yeah, and I know I've promised a recipe video, which I will definitely do. I may do that tonight, because I haven't had a home cooked like lunch for lunch this week, and soup sounds really good right now. So I'll do that vegetable soup video, and more updates, more brief updates instead of these super long videos. Sorry it ran so long. But if anybody has any questions, or you want me to elaborate on anything, let me know. Just leave a comment. And, oh my god, that's horrible. I wouldn't do this normally if I sound like this, but it's been forever, and I need to tell you this before, while it's fresh in my mind. So yeah, if you have any questions, I know I already said this. If you have any questions or comments, or I don't know, any videos you want to see from me, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue on talking to you about the day-to-day. And hopefully soon, now that the holidays are over and I've done this workshop, I can actually start making some progress with the weight loss. I feel like I've lost some weight, actually. I am, you know, not eating a ton because I don't feel like eating because I can't taste anything. And I've just been basically eating fruit. All I want are these clementines that I found at Whole Foods. It's like what I crave, so not that that's the greatest way to lose weight, but this may jumpstart it, and actually have this channel be of some help to people that need it. And I'd like to see a loss. I really would. Any minute now, it would be nice to see some weight come off. So anyway, I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year again. I know everybody's been kind of challenged by the holidays. I know I have. And I'm catching up on all your videos. Potato Strong and Big Mikey Nux and High Carb Paul, and I've even started to watch Freely again, even though I'm not 100% her biggest fan. I find her enthusiasm intoxicating, so I'm catching up on everybody's videos. And Violent Vegan, oh, I love your videos, Violent Vegan. You make me smile. You make me smile. You make me wish I lived in England. Yeah, and everybody else that I haven't mentioned. That's just who comes to mind immediately. My cold, infused mind. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. A little less than half an hour. Good time. I'm watching the time right there. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well, and I want to hear from you, and I love that we've kind of put a team, an accountability team together. Dan, too. Dan's another one. And it excites me that people want to interact. I think that's beautiful. And, yeah. So, remember to take care of each other, but take care of yourselves especially. And I will talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.